Alright, so it is like 90 something degrees out here right now. The temp star sounds like it has a reciprocating compressor, even though it's got a Copeland scroll. We've got the famous red screwdriver. And we're going to take the top off the last, one of the 3 dikan inverters here that I have to still work on. And take apart, so I can see if they run or not. And I moved it because I had to do the lawn today, but that's fine. So let me just put the camera down so where it was. Here we go. Alright. Let's take the top off this thing. I'll be back. Okay, so let me get this thing to focus. So I took these screws off, and apparently, I don't know if this was here, but somehow this thing got dented. And I didn't do that. These things were not taken care of, as you can see. But, my mission is to get these inverters working by, I don't really have a time frame, but, I need to get these things working by at least 2022 or something. So we could, either fan works, either put them in the basement of this house or bring them to my friend's house. But I'm going to take the other 2 screws off the other side and I'll get back to you guys. And I took the screws off the contactor switch right here. Well, I did that with all of the units actually, so you can pull that out if it's not good or anything, but if I do need to buy parts for them, I can, but who knows how expensive those are going to be. And if you notice, in the last 2 or 3 videos I made of these units, I put the screws on top of this unit. I have moved the screws to this unit so I can move this one so I could cut the grass around it. That was earlier today. And these units are, all of these, 3 of these are R410A, which is also being phased out. So I don't know how we're going to run these, but we'll probably find like an R410A replacement or something. But let's see. Take this off. There we go. The main reason why I put that panel back on this unit is that thing. That is one of those earwig bug things, which is very concerning to me, because first of all, you're gonna find that type of thing in like older units like these, but these were manufactured in 2008. These aren't that old. If these were like Sanyo units from like 1991 or something, then that would be a completely different story. But these are 2008 dikan inverter heat pumps, which you can see right there. And there is the compressor. I took the sound blanket off the compressor because I wanted to see if the compressor had any labels on it, but sadly it does not. So I do not know what rotary compressor these things have. And the condenser guard on this unit is yeah, these things need a lot of work. So just a little update video. I can't get the screws off the front panel on this one or that one. And my screwdriver apparently has fallen. Hold on a second. What the hell is that thing? Is this a different... There's a different type of screwdriver in it. Because it's the same head, but it's a different like thing over here. But same with the unit. The screws are rusted to these two units. That was the lucky one right there, the one that's taken apart. Fully. Not fully, but the one that's half taken apart is the lucky one, so this one might actually work. I don't know for a fact, but there's a lot of bugs back here. So, if that one does end up working, I'm going to have to find a solution to put the sound blanket back on the compressor. Or I could just take it off and run it without the sound blanket. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, it's just the unit's going to be a little noisier. And that's not really a big deal if the outdoor unit's a little noisier. What? Hey, boo-boo. So let's see if I could take these off. I don't really think so, but see, some of the screws on these are rusted to the condenser itself. So what I need is like a power drill or a a screw gun, because I can't get this panel off this unit. I can't get this panel off this unit as well as that one. But here I am trying to get these screws off with a hand screwdriver for you guys, so you guys can see the inside of the other two units. And all the fans on these units spin freely, so that's good. The number one thing about condenser units like this is that if you're working on them and you don't know if they work, spin the condenser fan motor. Because if you spin the condenser fan motor and it doesn't spin freely like this, then the fan motor seized, then you need to get a replacement. But all the fan motors on these are in working order, so that's good. I don't have to replace that, but I don't even know if the compressors work on these, so if I do get these running, I'm definitely going to see if the compressors work on all three units. She loves the sun. Anyways, the temp star over here is working its hardest. This is the hardest this thing has ever worked. It is like 93 degrees outside and it sounds like a recip compressor. Even though it's a Copeland scroll, which is one of the best scrolls in the air conditioning business. I need this screwdriver. I might actually go into the garage and see what I can find, but I definitely need like a power screwdriver to get the screws off the units because they're rusted to the condenser fan guard. So until then, I don't really know what to do with these 3 inverters because I really need someone helping me with taking apart those 3. I've taken one of them apart, as you can see, but the other 2 are kind of in a bad situation here. These, my dad pulled these out of a what you call it? An apartment complex, I think these things were in. And they got pulled out 2017, and they've been sitting in my backyard ever since. Over there. Like against the shed, as you saw in the first part of this series that I'm doing with these condensing units. And actually, let me show you the indoor coils for them, because don't mind the noise of the temp star. I mean, it's not a loud unit. It's actually, hold on a second. Listen to that scroll sound. That compressor sounds really angry in that unit. Not gonna lie. That's the loudest that thing has ever been in like the 20 years that thing has been operating. Well, 16 years. Cause I know how to tell the manufacture date on it. It's July of 2000, not 2004. So there you go. It's like it's a 20-year-old air conditioner and it's still running. Quality at its finest. America. Quality at its finest. Yeah. Who knows if these work? I don't even know if the indoor coils actually work. But these are the indoor coils for the 3 dikan inverters over there. And I did not take this one apart. This one was apart when we got it, actually. And look at that. I could actually take the other 2 apart. Because these have the same screw pattern as the inverters themselves. The condensers themselves. But the thing is, if I take these apart, where am I going to put the parts? Because these are sitting in my driveway. And the condensers for these are sitting in my backyard, at which I have a table to set the parts on. Meanwhile, I could probably use this thing as a table to set these on. You know? Actually, let me grab my screwdriver, because if I'm if I'm taking apart the condensers to see if they work, I could probably take apart the indoor coils to see if they work as well. See, like the indoor fan. But you know what? I'm going to take apart the one that's already apart. I'm going to see what the indoor fan looks like, so give me a minute here. It would be way easier if these indoor units, evaporator coils, were in the backyard where the condensers are. Because I got 3 screws off, and I just realized I could see the indoor fan in the coil itself. And the temp star seems to be buzzing. No, that's just the compressor. It's not buzzing. It sounds like a reset compressor because of the high heat load. But There goes my freaking screwdriver. This is the hottest it's been, like, all summer, and like all of the time this unit has been operating in that spot. This has been the hottest, and it's operating fine. The air conditioner that replaced was a stamped Opticon unit, I think. It was like a 90s Ream, and the compressor died on that one in a high heat wave. That one is still chooching. That Tempstar is still chooching. That's no wonder why people say Tempstar's quality. It really is, and I really love it. And these screws, which I have no idea what the hell they are. Oh, it fits. It's just a weird design. You could take this off, you know. You know what? Let me actually take this off, and I'll get right back to you guys. No problem. There's a thing. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a thing on the outside of the screw. The inside of the screw right here, where my screwdriver's pointing at. So I can't really take those off, but I could probably take this off and take off the foam insulation. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I want to take the foam insulation off these things, because what if I get the outdoor units running, and then those are not even going to work if the outdoor units don't even work. So I can't really take those apart. I don't have parts for that one, so I have to buy parts for one of those indoor coils, which is fine. It's the outdoor units that I'm really concerned about, because who knows if they work. I know, well, two of these units work. I don't know what two. So I'm definitely gonna find out here if which ones work and which ones don't. So join me for part 5 of seeing if these dikan inverters work. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give a like, turn on post notifications, and subscribe for more.